This is the IELTS listening test. You will hear a number of different recordings, and you will have to answer questions on what you hear. There will be time for you to read the instructions and questions, and you will have a chance to check your work. All the recordings will be played once only. The test is in 4 sections. You will hear a man making an inquiry about adopting an unusual pet from a wildlife trust. First, you have some time to look at questions 1 to 5.
Good morning. You've reached the Wildlife Trust's Unusual Pet Adoption Center. How can I assist you today?
Hi there. I'm interested in adopting an unusual pet, specifically a type of gecko. Could you tell me what species you have available?
Certainly. Currently, we have a fascinating species known as the crested gecko. They're quite popular due to their unique look and ease of care.
That sounds promising. What would be the primary diet for a crested gecko?
Their staple diet consists mainly of insects, specifically crickets, but they also enjoy fruit purees.
Great. How do I begin the adoption process? Are there any fees involved?
Yes, the process begins with filling out an application form and a nominal adoption fee of £15. Additionally, we require a photocopy of your recent utility bill as proof of residence.
Understood. Is there any equipment I should prepare beforehand?
Definitely. We highly recommend purchasing a digital thermometer. This will help you maintain the right environment for the gecko.
Before you hear the rest of the conversation, you have some time to look at questions 6 to 10.
Thanks for the tip. I assume there's also a specific type of enclosure I should get.
Yes, a glass tank is ideal, as it retains humidity well, necessary for a tropical species like the crested gecko.
Got it. Could you tell me the temperature range I need to maintain?
You should aim for a range between 72 and 90 degrees Fahrenheit.
And how often should I mist the tank?
Twice a day should suffice. It helps to simulate their natural humid habitat.
Very helpful. Thank you. When can I come in for an initial training session?
We have an available slot next Wednesday. Does that work for you?
Perfect. Also, could you provide me with a contact number for any further questions?
Certainly, our support team is reachable at 0800 123 456.
That is the end of section 1. You now have half a minute to check your answers. You will hear a guide giving a talk about innovative urban farming technologies at an expo. Welcome everyone to the Innovative Urban Farming Expo. My name is Joanne, and today I'm thrilled to introduce you to some cutting-edge technologies transforming urban farming globally. Our main focus will be on the latest innovative farming techniques designed to enhance food production efficiency within urban settings. To start off, let's discuss vertical farming. It's a system where we stack plant beds in layers vertically to maximize space usage in compact urban areas. It's particularly useful in places where land is scarce. Another fascinating technology is aquaponics. This is an integrated system that combines conventional aquaculture, or fish farming, with hydroponics, where plants are grown in a water-based nutrient solution. Fish waste provides an organic nutrient source for the growing plants, and the plants help purify the water, which is then recirculated back to the fish tanks. Moving on, we have aeroponics. In this technique, plants are grown in an air or mist environment without the use of soil or an aggregate medium. The primary benefit of aeroponics is that it uses up to 95% less water than traditional farming methods and accelerates plant growth rates significantly. These systems are increasingly popular in areas facing water scarcity, as they offer a sustainable solution. Now, you may wonder about the overarching benefits of urban farming for city inhabitants. Besides providing fresh produce directly in urban locales, which reduces transportation needs and thus carbon emissions, urban farming can enhance local air quality through increased greenery and offer new employment and educational opportunities in urban settings. Before you hear the rest of the talk, you have some time to look at questions 16 to 20. Now, let's delve into the individual components that make these systems possible. First up is the hydroponic system, which relies heavily on a nutrient solution. The solution is kept in a reservoir where it's periodically delivered to the plant roots. Another key element in these setups is the use of LED grow lights. These provide artificial sunlight to ensure plants receive sufficient light for photosynthesis, vital for their growth in indoor or less sunny environments. In an aquaponic setup, the fish tank plays a crucial role. Here, fish are cultivated in the tank, and their waste supports the growth of plants. To maintain the delicate balance needed for these processes, pH monitoring systems are used. They are essential in sustaining the proper environment for both fish and plants. Lastly, in vertical farming setups, plant support structures are essential. These allow the vertical arrangement of plants, maximizing the space available within a given area. These structures can enhance yields without expanding the physical footprint, making vertical farming an efficient and scalable solution for urban agriculture. That is the end of section 2. You now have half a minute to check your answers. You will hear two students, Sarah and Tom, discussing their project on 3D printing in medicine with their tutor, Dr. Evans.
Hi, Dr. Evans. Thanks for taking the time to meet with us today. We've made some progress on our project about 3D printing in medicine. Of course, Sarah, how is everything going? We've decided to focus primarily on how 3D printing can be applied in the medical field, particularly in creating custom prosthetics and organs. That sounds like a fascinating area. Why did you choose that specific angle? We think it's a burgeoning field with lots of room for future research, and it aligns well with recent technological advancements. Yes, though I'm a bit worried about the complexity of the software required to design these models. It seems a bit daunting. Understandable, Tom. Have you considered focusing on the benefits first, like how it allows for customization for patient-specific needs and potentially lowers production costs? Exactly, and these factors can lead to faster production times for surgical implements. We also foresee challenges. Regulatory hurdles and the need for skilled technicians could be major obstacles. Those are valid points. Make sure to highlight these in your analysis.
Before you hear the rest of the conversation, you have some time to look at questions 26 to 30.
Another aspect we want to explore is developing a software platform that is open source and accessible for medical professionals. We're also analyzing several case studies where 3D printing was successfully used in complex surgeries, particularly reconstructive surgeries. That's a great idea. Have you thought about surveying healthcare professionals to gather their opinions on 3D printing technology? Yes, we plan to do that next week. We're curious to hear their thoughts on its practical applications in their work. Additionally, we're assessing the environmental impacts with a focus on reducing waste generated by traditional manufacturing processes. Don't forget to address ethical considerations, such as how patient information is handled in digital file creation. Absolutely. We've outlined these concerns and plan to include recommendations on maintaining patient confidentiality.
That is the end of section 3. You now have half a minute to check your answers. You will hear a lecture on culinary fermentation.
Fermentation is a remarkable process where microorganisms such as bacteria, yeasts, and molds interact with food and alter its chemistry. Most commonly, this involves the conversion of sugars into acids, gases, or alcohol, enhancing both the flavor and nutritional value of foods. The process not only adds distinct tastes and textures to food, but also has substantial historical significance. Archaeological findings of fermented foods have been located in ancient ruins, and these foods were highly valued for their ability to preserve nutrients. The microorganisms involved are quite varied, and each fermentation process typically employs different strains of bacteria. These bacteria are crucial because they determine the specific taste and texture of the fermented product. For those interested in health, fermented foods can significantly aid in the digestion and assimilation of nutrients, offering an exceptional advantage over non-fermented food options. Looking at particular examples, consider kimchi. It's a traditional Korean dish made from fermented vegetables, particularly cabbages, known for its distinctive sour and spicy taste. The fermentation industry has flourished globally, driving substantial economic growth. As a result, there's an increasingly lucrative opportunity within the food industry, with fermented products becoming quite trendy. Much of this popularity stems from the modern consumer's focus on overall wellness and consuming more probiotics. Many chefs have started to integrate fermentation into their modern cuisine, creating new and exciting flavor combinations. However, the consistency of fermented food products can be somewhat challenging. Variability in environmental conditions means that fermentation can be unpredictable. This can make it difficult for companies to maintain uniform quality, which is a challenge they must continually manage.
That is the end of section 4. You now have 10 minutes to check your answers.
Hey there, did you get them all right? Smash the like button and subscribe for more daily IELTS tests.